hello, vanakkam and welcome back to the channel Home of Programming. In today's session, we are going to learn about mobile app development with Flutter. So what exactly we are going to learn in this particular video is we will start with the introduction to Flutter. After completing the introduction, we will move on to how to install Flutter, and after that we will learn how to set up an editor for working with Flutter. So after that you will learn how to add your mobile device in order to run all the Flutter programs in your mobile device itself, right? So after that you will learn to ensure whether all the tests we have done is working properly or not, and finally we are going to create a simple hello world program with Flutter, right? So let's get started with the introduction to Flutter. So Flutter is nothing but an open source framework developed by Google to produce mobile apps, right? So to my opinion, Flutter will overcome the existing Ionic framework. The reason is Flutter is such a flexible language, that is, Flutter is a flexible framework which allows the developer to deploy a mobile application for Android as well as iOS phone. So Ionic also supports deploying a mobile app to Android as well as iOS, but the thing is, while using Ionic framework, we have to do separate coding for iOS and separate coding for Android, whereas with a single set of coding, Flutter allows you to deploy a mobile application with either with iOS or Android, right? So this is a major advantage of Flutter. So again, Flutter is also using the object-oriented programming. So make sure that Flutter is not a programming language. It is a framework which is used to develop mobile applications with the help of an object-oriented programming called Dart. So Flutter uses Dart language to create mobile apps, right? So this particular Flutter framework is having consistent user interface across multiple devices. Moreover, this Flutter framework is containing a huge set of widgets which allows you to create mobile apps in fraction of time, right? So let's move on to installing Flutter, right? So the basic requirements for installing Flutter is you should have the operating system Windows or Mac OS. So if you are installing Flutter in Windows, your version should be 7 or higher than 7, right? So and the minimum hard disk size should be 400 MB, and you should have either Android SDK or Visual Studio, right? So these are all the basic requirements to install Flutter. So to install Flutter, go to this URL. So here I have opened this particular URL where I can see options like Windows, Mac OS, Linux, right? So when I am clicking on Windows, so I am having Windows operating system, hence I am going to install Flutter using Windows operating system, right? So if you are having Mac OS in your system, you can click on this option. If you are using Linux, you can click on this particular option to install Flutter in your computer, right? So just click on Windows icon. So you will be shown with the system requirements to install Flutter. After that, the setup file, right? So just click on this button to download your Flutter SDK, right? So when you click on this, you can find the zip file to be downloaded, right? So once that zip file is downloaded, extract the zip file and place when you extract that zip file, you can find a folder called Flutter, right? Place that Flutter folder inside C:, like this, right? So here inside C:, I am having a folder called Flutter. So this is nothing but your downloaded file after extracting, right? So I am repeating once again. So just click on this button. Clicking on this button will prompt you to download the Flutter as a zip file, right? So once the file gets downloaded, extract the zip file. After extracting, you can find the folder called Flutter in that, right? So place this Flutter folder inside C:, right? So if you are having Flutter and C:, it will be easier for you to set up a path, right? So this is about the basic installation of Flutter, right? So let's move on to installing Android Studio. So for Android Studio also, you can go to the link developer.android.com/studio, right? So you are having a button called download Android Studio. Just click on this button to download Android Studio, right? So for both Flutter and Android Studio, I have not shown you the demonstration of installation and downloading, right? So I have just told you how to download and install Flutter and Android Studio. So if you are having any queries with installation of Flutter or Android Studio, post your queries in comment section. I will reply to your queries. So we have learned about how to install Flutter and Android Studio, right? After that, after installing Flutter, we need to update the path, right? So for updating path, go to start menu and type environment variable. So you need not type environment variables, you can just type env itself. So when you type env itself, you can find the option like setup environment variable. So this is what I have told you. Edit the system environment variable. Just double click on this. So here go to environment variables, right? So in that we are having path variable, right? We are having set of variable, right? Plugin path, OneDrive path, temp and TMP, right? So in that select path and click on edit. So now what you have to do is append the existing path with the following, right? So C: uses of the app data local Microsoft Windows app. So just click on edit. After that you have to add flutter/bin like this, right? So this should be your entire path, right? So only when this path value is right, you can run the Flutter without having any issues, right? Just click on OK when you are done. So after updating the path, what you have to do is you have to enable developer option in your mobile. So for that, go to settings and go to about phone. In that, select MIUI version for 7 times. So when you click on this 7 times, you can become a developer. So after becoming a developer, ensure whether developer option is enabled or not. So to check it, go to additional settings and scroll down. So you can find developer options, right? So this should be done in order to run your mobile applications in your mobile device itself, right? So here note one thing, I have shown this demonstration in mobile, in Redmi mobile. So for each mobile this process gets different. So for any other mobile device you have to go to settings and go to about phone, or just check in settings itself whether there is an option called build number. If there is an option build number in settings itself, just tap that build number for 7 times. After tapping that for 7 times, you will become a developer, right? So if you are having any issues with that, post your queries in comment section. So after enabling developer option, what you have to do is you have to connect your mobile device with the laptop using an USB cable. So when you are prompted for an authorization, provide authorization, and you can use the command prompt to check whether Flutter recognizes your device, right? So for that, connect your mobile device with computer using an USB cable. So for checking whether Flutter recognizes your mobile device or not, go to C: and select the folder Flutter. Inside Flutter, you can find the file flutter_console. So just double click on that file. So a command prompt will be opened. In that command prompt, what you have to do is you have to type Flutter devices. Flutter devices. So just wait for few seconds. It will load the details of your device. So here you can see the statement, one connected device, Redmi 7 and some build number and the Android version of that particular mobile device. So which means Flutter recognized your device. Now you are all set to develop apps with Flutter. Open your Android Studio and click on File, New Flutter project to create a new Flutter project, right? So here I have already created a new Flutter project. So I'm not again reopening a new project, right? So when you are creating a new Flutter project, your user interface will be like this. So here what you have to do is, in the center pane you can find the file called main.dart. So which is the basic file which gets executed immediately when we start to execute the program, right? So in the toolbar section you can find two buttons. One is Redmi 7, another one is main.dart. So this Redmi 7 is nothing but our connected mobile device, right? So if no device is connected here, there will be like no devices, right? So without making any changes, we can just test whether all things work well, right? So for running the program, you can just click on this green color play button. So just click on that button. So in this way you can use Flutter to develop mobile apps. So this is a very basic video. So I hope this video will make you to increase your interest in the area of mobile development. So if you want to change the output statement, you have pushed the button many times. You can simply select the statement and type whatever you want. For example, if you want to type hello world, you can type it, right? So when you are making any changes in this particular application, while the device is connected to you, while the mobile device is connected to your computer, you need not run again and again the program. So instead what you can do is, so when the program is in running stage, you can this hard reload button, so a symbol like charging is shown here, right? So when the program is running, this will be in active mode, that is in golden color. So just click on this button to make the updated changes in your mobile, right? So I hope this video will be useful for you to learn mobile application development with Flutter. So this is a very basic video. In our upcoming session, we will start to develop our own apps, right? So we will start from simple to complex mobile applications, right? So if you like this video, kindly share this video with your friends and subscribe to our channel for getting more updates, more videos like this. Thank you.